I'm going to play one more video for you, and I'll explain in just a second.
They are, Michael. All right, we got the high sign. Here we go.
So the first song was
Showtime!
from Southern Boys. This song is from Showtime. This was the sing-off between the winner of the Southern Drum Contest and the Northern Drum Contest at the 2023 Choctaw PowWows. Listen to Showtime. We'll start the show after, and you tell me who won. Southern Boys was first. At the end, I want to hear in the comments who won this. Who do you think won the drum contest?
Make some noise for show.
Good evening, and welcome. This is Powwow Life, the show from PowWows.com. I'm Paul Gowder. Thank you so much for being here. Hold on, I got an error over here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching. On tonight's show, we've got a lot to do. We're going to talk about a big road trip we just had. We've got an interview with Larry Yazzie, our friend from Native Pride Productions, world champion dancer, and so much more. And we've got a lot of announcements. But first, what you watched in the intro was two videos we recorded at the 2023 Choctaw Powwow in Durant, Oklahoma. They do a really cool thing where they take the winner of the Southern Drum Contest and the winner of the Northern Drum Contest, they let them sing, and then they crown an overall winner. So it was Showtime versus Southern Boys. I'd love to see in the comments, who do you think won it? I'll tell you in a little while if y'all are curious as to who did win. But Rochelle, Jermaine, Hillbilly Queen, Marshall, hello, everybody. I saw Boo is here too. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. So let's get to the announcements first. This weekend, as in every weekend in November, we have a live stream, a powwow live stream this weekend. We will be streaming live from Fort McDowell, Arizona. Michael Gabbard and his wife Dolores are doing such a great job keeping us on the road with more and more live streams. It's been an awesome 2 years, really. We've really been growing this, and thanks to him for doing that. He's traveling down there. Watch that live. And then next weekend, for Thanksgiving weekend, he will be down in Porch Creek at their Thanksgiving powwow. So lots of live streams still coming up this month. Let's see. Okay, so we do have the contest going on. If you're not aware, right now is the Explore Native Challenge. That is our yearly Native American Heritage Month challenge, where every day we send you, if you join the contest, every day you get an email with a little challenge of something to do to learn more about Native culture. We're talking about food and businesses and history and issues, all kinds of stuff will be sent to your email, and you get to look for things, and that gives you more entries into the contest. Want to know what you're going to win? Thanks to our friends at 8th Generation, and we'll talk more about them later tonight, too, we're giving away 5 blankets. Now, this is a special blanket. This is part of their gold label series. And these blankets, ooh, God, and I will tell you more about that in a minute as I pull the box apart. Sorry about that. Whoever wins that, I will fix that. But these are part of their gold label collection. These are not woven blankets as you're traditionally used to. This is a knitted blanket, and they're doing it in Seattle. I'll tell you more about that when I get to my road trip. But we got 5 blankets, 2 of the gold labels and 3 of their normal woven blankets. So chance to win one of these 5 blankets. And just announced the other day, as part of our Explore Native contest, we're actually giving away a 6th blanket in a special contest that's only going to be happening over Thanksgiving Day weekend. You can learn more about that over at Explore Native, or Explore Native Challenge. Subscribe to our newsletter or join the contest, and you'll get all the information. So 6 blankets will be given away, 1 during Thanksgiving weekend, 5 at the end of the contest. I know that's a lot of information. And you can also look for bonus codes. I'm hiding them all over the website, and I will give you one later in the show that you can get extra entries into the contest. So much information. I hope everybody caught up, keeping up. I'm sorry. Jesse says he wants one. Yeah, these things, look, I will talk more about it in the road trip section, but I got to see them up close. I got to go to their warehouse and their facilities, and these things are amazing. Such great quality. I saw somebody who said loved the live streams. I really appreciate that. Kyle, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate that. Dara Lee, thank you. Let's see who else. Jim says going to need one of these for the winter. Yeah, down here in South Carolina, we don't need them too often, but I do have a nice blanket on the bed for myself. Yes. Okay. Also, this holiday season is started, and I know you are probably shopping for yourself, for loved ones, or, however you're shopping. I want to ask you a favor. If you're going to shop on Amazon, please go to PowWows.com/Amazon first. That helps support PowWows.com. Amazon pays us a commission if you use that link, and it costs you nothing extra. Really appreciate that. You can also, I've got some of my favorite picks out there. Where's my button? I had a button for that. Now I've lost it. Anyways, yeah, go to PowWows.com/Amazon, and that will help us out. Thank you for that. Especially remember it on Black Friday. Billy says, I'd wear it. Yeah. Hey, these woven, the knitted blankets, sorry, they feel so soft and they are so flexible. It is a blanket I think you'd want to cuddle up on the couch with. It's such a nice blanket. Love it. Okay, other announcements. I think that's all the announcements. So let's get to tonight's topics. Our first topic is I want to tell you more about this road trip that I just did. To kick off Native American Heritage Month, we had a big, epic road trip, and also to kick off a new page we have on PowWows.com, and that is explorenative.travel. It's part of PowWows.com, but we gave it a nice, pretty name to help you remember, explorenative.travel. We want to help you find more Native culture when you're out on vacation, traveling, whatever. When you're going to a new place, go to explorenative.travel, and we're going to have resources to help you find more Native culture. I really want people to work that more into their trips and into their life. It's really awesome. So we did that on this recent trip. So I want to talk all about it. Let's see. First, we'll start off with, I'm so thankful and appreciative to the Choctaw Nation. They hosted us out. They hosted us out for their Choctaw Days, and then they hired PowWows.com to do their live stream of the powwow. But let's talk about Choctaw Day first. That is a one-day event that they do at their Choctaw Cultural Center, which is an amazing facility, world-class museum quality facility with their exhibits and their and all the stuff they have going on there. And then on top of that, during Choctaw Days, they had some special events. So let me show you a little bit of that. So first of all, here's some pictures I took of the center itself. They show the history of the Choctaw people from the very beginning, all the way to modern day. And you can see here, they are a mound tribe. Here's some of their craft work. And this was really cool, was again a part of their modern histories. They had some exhibits highlighting some of their tribal members and kind of telling more about them and some of the things that they've done. It's a really, really beautiful facility. I was so impressed. And here's one of the things that was really cool. This is I don't know if you can hear that or not, but this is they did Choctaw hymn singing as an exhibit. We got this posted on our Instagram and Facebook if you want to go check that out. So amazing. And I thought this was really, really cool. Is at the Cultural Center. They, of course, have a cafe, little place you can enjoy, but they actually serve Choctaw dishes. And the prices was one of the things that blew me away. First of all, back it up. The food was absolutely amazing. So here's some grilled pork with some beans. This was probably my favorite thing ever. I know a lot of people in Oklahoma had this. I had not had it before. This is grape dumplings. Fantastic. We had it another time during the weekend. Really, really good. So here's some more of the dishes. This was their dessert, a turtle cake or something. I don't remember. But look at the prices. We ordered a whole bunch so we could try lots of different things. So, first of all, a fountain drink and an unsweet tea for $1 a piece. When's the last time you ordered a drink for $1? Yeah, Hillbilly Queen says food looks delicious. It was so good. So that really, again, as you're out and about on these travels, this is an easy way to enjoy a little bit of native culture when you're at the cultural center. And they had other things too. They had, cheeseburgers and pizzas and other stuff too. But hey, order a couple of these things and just try it. I mean, like the grape dumpling was $3. We should have ordered 2 of those. Anyways, so that was here's I'm gonna get to that in a second. So the other part of the Choctaw Days was a really special thing that we got to do, and I was so excited as a Disney fan to be invited to go to this. If you are a Marvel fan or a Disney fan, maybe you've been following along, and if you watched Hawkeye, the series last year when it came out. Hold on, see a question. Hillbilly Queen, do they have veggie food? Yeah, they had all kinds of different options, a lot of different things. It was really cool. So if you're a Marvel fan or a Disney fan, you've been watching these series, you know that there was a character introduced in Hawkeye called Echo. Echo is Choctaw. And so the Choctaw tribe has been working with Marvel. Even cooler, Marvel came to them 2 years ago and created a partnership, which I think is really cool. We heard people in the tribe talk about it. The chief talked about it, and I got to sit next to one of the language experts, and she told us all about it. And it really was a partnership. Marvel came to the Choctaw tribe and said, look, we're going to tell this story, and we want you guys to guide us, not to be advisors, but to really tell us what direction we need to head, how we need to do it, and make sure that we are doing it all right. So super, super cool. It took them 2 years to do this. They worked with the tribe for all of that. Here's a short little clip about it. It is called Echo. It is going to be a 5-part series on Disney Plus. And you can see a powwow scene there, lots of action. Um, to quote the Choctaw chief, Echo is a badass. She is fierce. She's going to be a great character to watch. This is the first series or movie that Disney Marvel has done that is going to have an MA TV rating. It is going to be a little more violent. It's going to have a little more language than normal, and they're going to tell the story in a different way. And so cool, so cool. We got to watch the first 2 episodes. We were able to go to the world premiere of the first 2 episodes, and it is good. It is really good. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's Marvel, right? There's some surprises, there's twists already in these first 2 episodes. Michael Gabbard, who I talked about earlier, who does our live streaming, and Dolores, they were with us too. And their daughter went down when they were filming this a year or so ago, and she was able to be on the set and be an extra. And they actually got to spot her in the second episode. That was really cool too. And so we understand that the 3rd and 4th, 5th episode are going to have more powwow scenes and some other. They're going to have a stickball scene. It's going to be awesome. So yes, it was a red carpet event. They had at the Cultural Center outfits, costumes. Oh, you're not seeing that. Sorry. Outfits and costumes that were actually used in the movie. These are very detailed and have lots of Choctaw symbols and meaning woven into them. Hard to talk about that without giving some things away, but there are little touches all throughout this, and they use Choctaw language. Here's a really cool thing and why they use Choctaw language experts. The trailer has already been subtitled in Choctaw and dubbed in Choctaw, and all episodes will be released dubbed in Choctaw as well as subtitled in Choctaw. That is amazing that Disney's going through the effort of doing this and working with the tribe to make sure that this Choctaw story is told in a way that works with the tribe. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yes. Jim says that it's so good they went to the tribe first. Yes, it was. It's really cool to see that this was a true partnership. The director was there. The executive producer was there. Unfortunately, none of the actors could be there because this was during the strike, so they weren't there, but we were able to hear from a couple of folks from Disney Marvel. So that was Choctaw Day. Do I have... Okay, yes, that was Choctaw Day. Then that was Friday. We spent Saturday and Sunday at the Choctaw Powwow. And if you haven't been to this, it's in Durant, Oklahoma, at their casino, their event center. They had some incredible specials. I was so impressed with some of the specials they had. This one was a fan favorite of the weekend. This was the women's fancy dance special. And these ladies put on a show. They put on the bustles and really tore it up. They did fantastic. It was really fun to watch. That was awesome. They also had a cradle board special that was really amazing to watch. My favorite video of the weekend is I took this video as the buckskin ladies were coming into the grand entry. And just to see these dresses and these ladies coming in sync like that, whew, it was good stuff. Really, really good. The powwow was fantastic. They do a very good job there. First time I've been, we've streamed it for several years, thanks again to Michael. So I was glad to finally get to go myself and see it. They have a great facility there, their event center. It's a nice big place for their powwow. And then you're right there at the casino too, if you want to stay there or go over and enjoy some of that. Okay. So that was the first weekend of the trip. We flew out on a Thursday, did the Choctaw Day and Echo on Friday, did the powwow Friday, Sunday. Monday, thanks to frequent flyer miles, we were able to make all this work. We were able to fly we drove down to Dallas-Fort Worth and flew from Dallas up to Seattle. You know, I'm from South Carolina, so this was a long trip for us. And we'd never been to Washington State, so I was super excited to finally get to go to Washington State. We went up there for a couple of things. Again, going back to, we really want to kick off explorenative.travel and show you how you can find Native culture everywhere. And we found a ton of it in Seattle. The first thing we did, and I was really excited to be able to do this and work with, because we've worked with them for so long, is we went and visited with 8th Generation. I'm working on a video now. We spent some time with the CEO, Colleen, and their staff. They showed us their store that's down by the market in Seattle. And then we went 10 miles out of town and to their warehouse, their facility there. And so I'm working on a video. We'll have a longer interview with her and show you some of the other things going on. But so I do have a few pictures I want to talk about them as a company. One of the things that 8th Generation does so well is that they partner with amazing Native artists. So all of the things they have, let me back up to the picture of the blanket. Well, you can't see it in this picture, but all the blankets have leather tags on them that tell you who created the design, and they always credit their artist. They pay their artist a commission on every piece that is sold. It is not just a one-time art fee. Very impressive. And they have a ton of things other than blankets. These little espresso cups are super cool. Here's some of their towels. Really nice. And they just started doing some jewelry, and they're casting some of this in Seattle. So this was one of the things that was so amazing to see, is that they are now producing their, this blanket was one of them, these knitted blankets, they're producing them in Seattle. And it's like watching old dot matrix printer. This machine is made up of hundreds and hundreds of needles that is doing the crocheting kind of thing and knitting this blanket together. They showed us a little bit of how it works. It's actually almost two blankets that kind of weave together to form the one piece, because this side you can see has the black pattern and the white background. The other side will have black background with white pattern, and it kind of does the two blankets at the same time, and it in pieces it joins together. It's hard to explain, but it was really amazing to watch, and it just comes right out of this machine. And then of course then they have to work on it and do some hand touches to make it. And so, for example, here I have more so here's a picture of the machine. You can see here all of these crazy little things on here. There's all the thread going in. It really was amazing to see. So thankful that 8th generation let us go up there. Again, they put these on here showing you who made the blanket, giving you lots of details on every single piece. Here is the blankets drying after they come off the printer and they wash them. Here's some of the jewelry. Again, more of their facility. They're taking some of their seconds and making other things into them, like these stockings. They've got some knit caps coming out. I think I'm allowed to say that. I hope so. But yeah, and they've 70 blankets designed with artists so far, and they said that was actually old. That number is much higher now. So that was the first day we were in Seattle. We went and spent most of the day with them. It was really, really cool to see that. Again, never having been to Seattle or Washington State, loved seeing. It's a totally different place out there than what we're used to in South Carolina. The next day, we headed out to, oh gosh, what's the name of the island? I'm gonna have to Google it because I'm gonna say it wrong if I don't. Bainbridge Island. Bainbridge Island. We took the ferry over to Bainbridge Island, and we were able to visit. I'm gonna scroll down here and show you. We were able to visit. Here we go. Here's the picture. We were able to visit the Chief Kitsap Academy. This is a school, 6 to 12 grades, about 95 students, and it is a tribally run school. And it is offered to tribal kids first, and then they do have some non-tribal kids, but students. But one of the cool things about this school is, besides it being on an amazing piece of property and facility, is that they spend half the day on regular academics and they spend the other half of the day doing cultural things and traditional things. So the day we were there, it was day like 3 or 4 of this project they had been doing. Let me go forward a couple of pictures and you can see here. And we'll have an interview with some of the folks there. This is Baron. I got to hang out with a little bit. But they were doing a sea to table kind of project. They had gone out, and 2 days before we got there, they had gone out with nets and caught salmon. The day before we got there, they had gone to the processing facility and helped actually, cut the salmon up and harvest it and have it ready. And then the day we were there, at the school, they had brought all the salmon. They were putting it on the cedar stakes and taking it in. Here's some more pictures into their smokehouse. I'll fast forward down here. And so here's what it looked like when they put it in the smokehouse. They actually gave us a couple of cans of their stuff they did last year. So cool. But the reason we were out there is that if you've followed along, you know that I am a big disc golfer. Here, let me show you how beautiful this piece of property is. This is the school. One of the places here at the school. Was the tribal land? A good question. Yes, this is tribal land. Part of it is being used for. It is tribal land, and there's it's adjacent to some other stuff too. But we were able to partner with the Paul McBeth Foundation. Paul McBeth is a professional disc golfer, and his foundation has been working to build disc golf courses all over the world, especially places where young people, students, maybe not have easy access to play disc golf. He really wants to help grow the sport and make it a global sport. And he's built courses in South America, Africa, in Europe, and he recently built them on 2 tribal locations, one being Chief Kitsap Academy, PowWows.com was able to sponsor that and be one of the sponsors of those 2 courses. So it was really cool that when I found out we were going to Seattle, that the course was right there, and we were able to go visit the course. And you can see this is one of my shots. And we were able to play. It's a 9-hole course on a gorgeous piece of property. Really loved getting to play that. Didn't score the best, but I think I did pretty good. I was 3 over par, not bad. And on the last hole, one of the guides there, or one of the people that was there helping us, Brandon, his wife is the athletic director and a teacher there. Brandon played around with us, as well as Barron, who you saw a picture of earlier, helping with the salmon. But on the last hole, Brandon actually threw it in right off the tee, got an ace. Really cool to see. First time I'd seen an ace in person while I was playing. That was kind of cool. But you can see here, it is a great course, and we were excited to be able to partner with Paul Macbeth and build this course for the students. It's going to be a great thing for them to be able to play the sport, learn the sport, and who knows, maybe one of them will decide to make a career out of it, maybe go on the professional disc golf tour, because there is a professional disc golf tour. So really cool to be able to do that. That was day 2 of our trip. It's a lot, right? Yeah, crazy thing to embark on all of this. So day 3, we did some tourist stuff and kind of, oh, I know. I'm sorry. After we went to this, we drove over while we were still on the island and got to visit the Squamish Museum. Again, I'll have some more longer videos coming out about this, but they had a nice museum there with some exhibits and telling some of the history of the Squamish people. Really cool, nice facility there. So we did that. The next day we did some tourist things, took some tours. We saw the underground in Seattle. If you've never seen that, really cool history of why they have an underground, and the fact that you can walk underneath the sidewalks. And through some of the stores underneath all of that. It's really, really interesting. We did a food tour of the market. I highly recommend, if you ever get to Seattle, go and try all the food at the market. Such fun. I mean, look, this is some of the stuff we ate on the tour. Crazy. The market is just literally dozens and dozens of shops. What I thought was really interesting is that if you're a company and want to set up at the market, you cannot be an established company. This has to be your first location. So there is a Starbucks there, but it was the very first Starbucks. So they're still allowed to be there in the market, even though they're this big international company, because it was the original Starbucks location. So we did that. Then our last day, we went over to the Chief Seattle facility in Chief Seattle Foundation, I think's the name. It is a facility that works to help tribal homeless with some resources, with housing. And as part of that, they have the All Cafe, which is a Native American run and Native American food based cafe, which helps fund the Chief Seattle Club. That's the name. So I'll show you a little bit about this. Again, we'll have more content and longer information coming out. I just want to give a sneak peek of some of the things we did. This is some of the artwork they have. Interviewed the manager there. They sell a lot of prepackaged things too. This is some coffee. They had some, like honeys and syrups. Come on. There we go. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna flip back to me while iCloud decides whether or not it's going to show pictures or not. Okay, and then they sell out of this very quickly, but they were able. We told them we were coming ahead of time, so they were able to save us too. This is their bison tacos. Man, this was one of the best things we had the whole trip. These things are delicious. If you're in Seattle, stop by here and ask for this. They had some sauces, this blueberry hot sauce. Whoo, so good, so good. And some muffins and cornbread. This parfait was fantastic with native honey and other things in it. So good. So that was kind of the last stop on our tour. Yeah. So that was kind of it. Choctaw Cultural Day We went to, or Choctaw Day at the Cultural Center. We went to the Choctaw Powwow. We went to visited 8th Generation Kitsap over on the island, the Squamish Museum, All Cafe. So we did all of that again, out just to encourage you. Go find something when you're on your next road trip. There's, you know, even we haven't built all of our resources out on Explore Native, but we're adding more and more. But find a restaurant, find a museum, find a store. Go and look. There's going to be something you're going to be able to find wherever you go. Native commerce, native shops are growing and they're out there. So make sure you go do that. All right. Last thing on tonight's show is I do want to, we have an interview with our friend Larry Yazzie. Larry is a champion dancer and the founder of Native Pride Productions. And that is a group that literally travels around the world putting on cultural presentations and educational resources. He recently came back from Croatia and Europe. He's sending a group from Native Pride Productions to South Africa in December. He is educating the world on Native culture. So, without any further information from me, here's an interview with my friend, Larry Yazzie. I'm here again. I'm so excited to have you back. Larry, thanks so much. Please introduce yourself to anybody who out there maybe hasn't met you or seen you on PowWows.com before. Let people know who you are.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Larry Yazzie. I come to you from the Meskwaki Nation of Central Iowa. I'm very honored to work with PowWows.com on many different levels, from promoting PowWows.com wherever we go. I run a Native American production company called Native Pride Productions based out of Florida. And today is the first day of Native American Heritage Month in November. We are literally all over the country every day of November. So I'm very honored to be here with you, Paul.
That's awesome. I love it. Larry is a busy man, flying all over the place. And recently, you've been overseas too, right? You've been touring a little bit further than just North America, right?
Yeah, we just recently returned back from Switzerland, Freiburg, Switzerland, different parts of Switzerland. And immediately after the Switzerland tour, we jetted off to Croatia. Split, Croatia. We spent the whole week in Split, Croatia with the called the festival. I forget what the name of the festival is, but it was a cultural festival, both Switzerland and Croatia.
That's awesome. And I occasionally get emails from people in Europe wanting to come over and not just visit America, but when they come, they want to learn more about Native culture. They want to go to a powwow or maybe visit a museum. I'm curious, going over there, kind of what's been the reaction from the Europeans, and are are they curious about it, or what kind of questions and comments are you getting from them?
Well, since I've been going back and forth to Europe for the past 20 years now, it's all pretty much the same, Paul. I mean, we get the same questions all the time. You know, are all tribes grouped together?
Yeah.
How do we live? What do we eat? Some very typical, stereotypical questions we get. So I see there's a need for what we do,
Right.
both Native Pride Productions and PowWows.com.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see, as more things like Killers of the Flower Moon and TV shows and other things are starting to highlight different parts of Native culture. I'm hoping that maybe we will start getting different questions. As more people kind of see maybe some of this coverage in TV, and then with the work you're doing. All right, so Native American Heritage Month is here, and I know you're you're going all over the place and doing some great performances and education. For you, what do you want people to know about Native American Heritage Month if maybe they are not able to get to one of your performances, or what is it about this month and what can people take away from it?
It's a very special month to me because it allows me to educate, and not only to educate but also inspire our audiences, from the youth to the adults to the elders, because even the adults and the elders, sometimes they have no clue, or they have maybe a little inclination of what Native American culture is all about. And I will say this: we're not just in history books. We're not just in museums on display. We are alive, well, strong. Our language is still intact. Our ceremonies are still going on. Our sacred fires are still burning in our sacred lodges even today.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I think is really important when you're out there educating is that people do get locked in the idea that native cultures may be stuck in this 1800s of what they've maybe seen in a western or something, right? And it's exciting, and I love it when people get to go to powwows, but I also love it when they can go and see something like you, because you're going to get not just general powwow dancing, but you're going to get your music and your flute and maybe an eagle dance or something like that. So you're getting a little bit more of a maybe a tribal focus or a little bit different focus than just general powwows. All right, so in the next couple of weeks, where are you going to be? Let the people know. Is anywhere people can catch you?
Oh man, top of my head, Paul. Let me think. We're on our way to Miami for the Atateki Museum near Miami, Florida,
Yep.
for a festival starting Friday and Saturday. From there, we go up to Jacksonville, Florida, for the first time ever Native American festival at the MOSH, the Museum of Science and History in Jacksonville, Florida, with the city of Jacksonville getting involved, because ever since I moved to Jacksonville a couple years ago, we've been working with the city, and
Mm-hmm.
they've embraced our culture. And then from there, I go to Minneapolis for another corporate event at Mystic Lake Casino, and from there we go to New York, Atlanta, and Pennsylvania, and
Wow.
a couple other places just top of my head.
Yeah. And so Native Pride Productions, you guys have been doing some amazing things over the last few years, and you recently mentioned you might be kicking off a few more projects. You want to tell? You got any information? Can you share about some of the other projects you might be working on with them?
Yeah, ever since we went through our rebranding phase earlier this year, our production company and new website has just been taken off. I mean, we literally get a request or inquiry every day, maybe twice a day. Um, so we are looking to expand our roster program. So we have a unique roster program, and how it works is, say a client wants a corporate event in LA, Los Angeles. So we have talent in the LA area that can fulfill that requirement to do an event. So it's a very unique, I would say, roster program that we have. And so my wife Shauna did a wonderful job, because she owns her own successful environmental company. And so she restructured my company, and that's how we're able to even collaborate even more with PowWows.com. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, it's really exciting. So, if you are out there, maybe if your corporation is looking to bring in and maybe do a cultural presentation, or if you do work for a school or anything else, and you're looking for these kind of presentations, please make sure you reach out. Native Pride Productions online. Go check out Larry's stuff. He's like you said, he's got people all over. He's going all over, but he's also got some people that can maybe get to you in your local area if he's not able to make it there.
Yeah, we also
Yeah.
have a unique event coming up too that just popped into my head,
Oh
Paul. Is
yeah.
that first week in December, we're sending two groups to over international waters. One of them's in South Africa, and the other one is in India. So I, unfortunately, I'm not able to go because I have another fulfillment that I have to do in the Quad Cities of Iowa. And they booked me over a year ago. So just in that time frame, we have three events. One in the Quad Cities of Rock Island, Davenport, and Moline. I'm doing a week long residency, and then we're sending a group, the Roberts family, down to South Africa, and another group to India.
That's fantastic. That's really amazing, and it's exciting to see that. I knew you've done a lot in Europe, but now you're starting to branch out. India and South Africa. That's amazing. And um, is it are these kind of presentations? Do you know yet? Are they going to be cultural exchanges? Are there going to be other folks there? It's some like you've done in some of these others. Yeah, That's really
Yeah,
cool.
they're what this is through the U.S. State Department, so the U.S. Embassy with Calcutta, India, and South Africa. These are both U.S. Embassy Arts Envoy tours. So, which means the U.S. Embassy will be escorting the Native Pride dancers throughout customs and through the venues. So they'll always have an escort
Yeah.
going to these venues.
Oh man, that's so exciting. It's really cool that these dancers and singers are going to get not only to be able to share their culture, but really learn and experience some world culture and be in a completely different place. I mean, those two are very unique places. Definitely on my bucket list. That's really exciting, man.
Yeah.
That's
Well, we
cool.
try to send you, Paul.
I know, I know. And like you, I've got a commitment already in December. So, um, well, Larry, I know you're getting ready to fly off, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. But I did want to ask one more thing. So, when you're doing these cultural exchanges, and talking to people, have you heard from people what is it about Native culture that's attracting people to it? I feel like we're kind of in um, a renaissance where, like I said earlier, we're getting lots of TV shows, lots of movies, and you're seeing more of it in pop culture, and it feels like more people are relating to the culture. But are you hearing from people that watch your presentations, and what is it that hits them and are getting them interested in it?
Well, if you remember about over a month ago, Paul, earlier this year, I was booked by a talent agency in New York City to come up and do a photo shoot. And so, after working out the details, we were able to find a time to fly up to New York City for this photo shoot. And they still didn't tell us what the the photos and videos was for until a couple months ago. I started getting messages from people from all over the
Yeah,
country. Say,
yeah.
"Hey, I saw your photo on a billboard in San Francisco, New York City, Times Square, Minneapolis, um, uh, Japan, Switzerland." So it was for iPhone, the iPhone 14.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the iconic mid-air photo in the air that they captured and put it all over the world. So after that, I started getting lots of calls because of that billboard campaign.
Yeah, that photo is amazing. If anybody hasn't seen the billboards, we'll put a link in the description of the video. Make sure people can go check out that picture's really amazing, man. Congrats on that. That was really cool.
Thank you, Paul. It's
Yeah,
people like you and people who follow us on our social media that continue to inspire us and follow us, because sometimes they're having a bad day and just a little 30-second reel, it
yeah,
literally lifts up their spirits, Paul.
yeah. It. I got a message just a few days ago. Somebody watched one of our powwow live streams, and that's what they said. That they aren't able to travel anymore, and being able to watch videos online helps them feel connected, and they don't feel as isolated. So that's amazing. And so we're trying to do it online. You're doing it in person, and so I'm hoping by doing this, more people can feel connected and still feel like they're part of their home, their culture. It's really awesome. Larry, thank you so much for spending a few minutes. I know you're a busy man. You're getting ready to head on a plane. So thanks
There's my
for spending a
there's
couple
my
of minutes.
plane
Yeah,
over there.
there he goes.
I
Our safe travels, my friend.
appreciate it, Paul.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
I appreciate Larry. Yes, somebody commented Larry travels more than me. Yes, the man is all over the place, literally all over the world. And it's so cool that he's able to now build a team that he can send other places. Super exciting for him. And so I appreciate Larry always coming on and doing that. Um, and again, if you've got something out there, if your company needs somebody to come and do a presentation, or if you're working with some kind of organization out there that needs this, reach out to Larry, Native Pride Productions, and he can definitely help you out with that. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the show. I really appreciate that. Don't forget, our contest is running, the Explore Native Challenge, PowWows.com/win. And as promised, here's your bonus code for tonight. This gives you extra entries into the contest that only you all get. 977-8892. 977-8892. Go over to PowWows.com/win. Enter that, and you will get a special bonus code. You can look for those bonus codes, again, all over the website, in emails, on our lives. It's going to be on the live streams this weekend. Eighth Generation has even hidden one on their website. They're all over. We've hidden over 100 so far, so lots of different ways for you to enter. Safe travel, yes. We all, I'm hoping, always hoping for good, safe travels for Larry as he continues to travel around the world. Hey, Marshall, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm glad I had so much good news to share with you, and it's because of you all that we're able to do these things. So I really do appreciate that. We were very fortunate to get to travel. Thank you to Choctaw again for hosting us for the Choctaw Day, and trusting PowWows.com again to stream their powwow again this year. And thanks to you, the viewers. During the weekend, we had a social media reach of over 1 million people, and I had to run some more stats for Choctaw this week. Since the powwow, we've had another million people reached on social media with the content from Choctaw Powwow. That is unbelievable. Over 2 million people reached on social media. Crazy. That is a lot of people that got to see Choctaw culture and the Choctaw Powwow. Awesome. And thanks to you for making that happen. And thank you for being supportive, and we really appreciate all that you do for us. Remember, if you're going to shop next week or anytime, PowWows.com/Amazon. Get us a little commission from Amazon as well, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I appreciate you being here and spending time with me. A little longer show than normal, but I appreciate that. Next week, we're going to have another more special content coming. Again, part of Native American Heritage Month, and so thank you for being here for that. Look for that. And next week will probably not be live. I'm going to pre-record it because we will be traveling again. We're going down to Florida, spending Thanksgiving at Walt Disney World. As you can see if you know what this is, it's a Disney World shirt I have on. My daughter starts her job with Disney World in January, and she wanted to go down and spend one more time in the parks before she actually starts working there. And so we're heading down there for the weekend and start planning out she moves in just 2 months now. She moved to Florida for her 8-month Disney college program. So one last trip to Disney World for her before she becomes an actual cast member with Disney World. So that's where we'll be. So next Thursday night for Thanksgiving, I'll have a pre-recorded show. So I hope you'll join me and watch for that. And then I'll be back live the last weekend in November. Don't forget our live streams this weekend from Fort McDowell. Next weekend, on Thanksgiving weekend, we'll be at Porch Creek. Thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Get to spend some time with the family. Get outside. Hey, go play a round of disc golf. Give it a try. It's a fun sport, easy entry. Discs are pretty inexpensive, and courses are free to play. So get out there and try it. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon.